Hi everyone. We are at the Sprinklr headquarters at the 12th floor on the 9th Avenue, and I have with me a very special guest, Ragy Thomas, CEO of Sprinklr. And what we'll do is, in the next couple of minutes, try to get a perspective from Ragy on the things that are happening at Sprinklr. So, Ragy, thank you so much, first of all, for taking time out and having this conversation with me.
Thank you, Sharon, for the opportunity.
Great. So I think one of the things that we've been hearing at in the market is the confluence of sales, marketing, and service for that unified CX, right? I think that is the talk of the town, and it has its benefits, right? Now, what I really see out there is, given where you are and the kind of solutions that you have, you're really well positioned to tap onto that growth. Can you just provide some perspective on that for our viewers in terms of, what capabilities Sprinklr has that can help enterprises achieve this vision of a unified CX, and what does the future hold?
Absolutely. We've got a few things going on here with generative AI and the rapid advancement of AI, even traditional ones. There's an opportunity to bring about a lot of productivity and efficiency in customer-facing functions. And IT teams forever in large companies are looking to consolidate. Nobody wants to do 50 RFPs every 2 years. No one wants to spend millions of dollars interconnecting these technology solutions that don't talk to each other. It was not designed for the enterprise. Simultaneously, we've got the move to improve customer experience. How do we make it more fluid?
Right.
And we're all living in a world where most of us have tried out ChatGPT, and I've gotten addicted, whether it's ChatGPT or any form of AI that you've had, addicted to conversational experiences where I say something and I can follow up without having to repeat myself the way we do.
Absolutely.
In, let's say, in traditional search. So if you and I are talking about how far is London from Paris, then I can ask what's the fastest way to get there, as opposed to saying what's the fastest way to get to London from Paris and repeating it each time, which is what we're used to. So consumers are gravitating to AI-led contextual conversational experiences, and businesses are looking to consolidate. Both of these, and everything is shifting to the cloud as we speak, both of these create an opportunity and a need and a strategic opportunity for companies to use generative AI, replace these point solutions that do a live chat or a social or an email or a sales tool that is used for the phone or sending outbound sales messages. If I can consolidate all that, amp it up with generative AI, take out my costs, simplify my IT stack, and at the same time provide this conversational experience for the customer, I'm paying off my tech debt, saving money, and positioning myself very well for the next 20 years. That's a unique opportunity that Sprinklr is finding itself in right now.
Makes a lot of sense and actually provides me a good segue into the next question, right? So you mentioned how the market is trying to get away from point solutions, given the various factors that don't really work in its favor, right? And I think from our research at Everest Group, what we've also seen is there's been a lot of emphasis on platform play in the CX market. Now, the way I understand it, Sprinklr likes to call itself a company with 4 solutions, service, marketing, insights, and social, but one platform. So can you just talk a little about the whole platform play and how does it really simplify the digital transformation journeys for the enterprises?
Absolutely. When you think about customer experience, one of the concepts that people don't always think through is, where all am I touching the customer if I'm a big brand? We pick any brand in the world. If I'm a auto manufacturer, I'm probably doing global advertising, global marketing, brand marketing, regional marketing, country marketing. Every dealer is doing their own marketing, and everybody is using flyers and billboards and TV advertising and email and social and videos and all of that. everyone from the dealers back to corporate has some sort of surveying feedback mechanism. Everybody's got some form of customer service. And that's a mishmash of stuff, right? All of those touch points, I call it the edge of your brand, right? From a dealer to a regional marketer to a customer service person to a salesperson who's trying to call the same guy who's walking in to fix his car, trying to sell him a new car, separately, independently. All of that is the edge of your brand.
Right.
The edge of your brand has some common characteristics. The first is you're using different channels, but you need content that needs to be unified and on brand. 2, you need to organize them into campaigns for external stuff or cases when someone's calling you. 3, you need an audience profile. 4, you need the ability to unify this audience profile across these channels. 5, you need to collaborate across all these different teams, right? So you need workflow input. So there's a ton of capabilities. I can go on and on and on about getting customer experience right and building it in a very scalable way. That is the platform we've built. So when you think about understanding Sprinklr and why we are uniquely suited for large brands, we have the ability to unify across channels. So I can pick up the phone, talk to you, and email you at the same time, and I can keep it threaded, and you can switch between each other. We have the ability to unify across functions. So if a sales guy is calling you and you bring your car in to fix, the service guy can see it. He can bring the sales guy. And 3, we have the ability to unify all the different teams. So the 50 dealers in a state can work with the regional marketer and the local marketing machine or the global marketing machine to have a federated campaign that drives people to the dealership. Right, I'm using auto as an example, but it's true for banks. You take branches and credit card mortgages. There's all these silos and teams within those silos all over. Our ability to unify across all those 3 dimensions of silos using constructs that are very scalable makes us an orchestration platform on which we can do selling, because I can leverage the product catalog and the product category knowledge and the product knowledge service. I can leverage knowledge base, the same product database. I can do marketing and advertising, because it's the same marketing material. I can have insights, same survey, and I can have it feed everything. And that's really the architecture of Sprinklr, and that's why we're a unified platform that has all these capabilities built on top of it.
Makes sense, and thanks for simplifying it to that level. I think earlier you touched upon generative AI, and I think everyone out there in the market is talking about generative AI. But help me understand, right? I think we are in a phase right now where we've seen a lot of good progress being done over the last 12, 18 months on this topic. The way I see it right now, we are slowly and steadily heading into that phase where new solutions for Gen AI are coming up that are being designed with Gen AI first crumbs up, right? I just want to understand what are you doing on this front, because I'm sure a lot of your customers would be asking for Gen AI capabilities.
So I'm on record saying AI and generative AI is going to revolutionize customer-facing functions and front office. I think we have an opportunity to take out labor. Like, we're going to need fewer agents. We can provide better service, fewer agents with AI. We can have fully automated customer service, and all kinds of good things are possible. We can sell more. We can have human beings do higher value tasks. So big believer in generative AI. Not a big believer in going out and buying generative AI tools to do little things. Because what you're missing is you might get a quick win, but you can't scale it. Because generative AI, and to use that in the front office, you need to think about a unification strategy, right? If a salesperson is using a different generative AI tool than the customer-facing person, then
that doesn't work or gel well.
You're going to appear schizophrenic to the customer. So if you can architect a way to have the same ontology modeled, trained, and have consistent internal and external interactions, you're going to mess up bad. So the way to think about it, from my perspective, if you're a large company, is go get yourself an application partner that's good at generative AI and work with that partner to find the one or two or three or four places that you can go apply it to. And it's very important to find an application AI partner, not a general purpose AI partner. And the way I see this is, when you look at the AI revolution, it requires a lot of compute and hardware, and companies like NVIDIA, I call it the foundational hardware layer of AI. Then you've got companies like OpenAI and Google and Microsoft that are investing, in Facebook and others, right, Meta and others, that are investing billions of dollars in creating general purpose models.
Right.
But if you're a business, if you go back to the car dealership, I've got 50 models of cars over the last 50 years or 30 years in different countries and different colors, and I have a knowledge base of price and value and offers, and that's sitting in my website, sitting on my website, sitting in my DAM, sitting in my knowledge base. You need to train these general purpose models with that information. And you also need to sanctify that information, because if that information changes, your models are going to act wonky. So you need workflow on changing it, version controlling it, sanctifying it, and then evolving this model, closed loop feedback optimization. You need the ability to put governance and compliance. You need the ability to put guard rating. These are capabilities you need at the application layer of the AI. That should sit on top of the general purpose AI. That should sit on top of the hardware layer of AI. And so Sprinklr is obsessively focused on the application layer.
That's the gap you're filling in the market.
Yeah, and that's what we do. And we do have our own models that are built on open source.
Right.
But we're not the company that's going to build general purpose models from scratch. And our value prop is you bring your own model. If our models that are built on open source outperforms that, use it. Otherwise, use your own.
Great. And speaking on the topic of AI, so Sprinklr was recently featured on the Conversational AI Peak that Everest Group did in 2024. And you were a major contender as well as a star performer.
Thank you.
Now, what I've been seeing and hearing a lot is about the digital twin that Sprinklr has come out with. Can you help me understand what makes it so special, so unique in this market?
Our idea of a digital twin is to give you an AI-powered conversational representative, right? An AI version of your brand that your customers and prospects can speak to. So if you had an AI version of the brand, you could put a QR code in a newspaper ad and people can scan it and start talking to the car company. Mm-hmm. Hey, does this come? Can I get a custom color? Where can I pick it up? Do you have it in stock? Now, instead of going to the website, waiting for an email, getting a password, logging in, clicking and sorting and filtering, you can just speak in a natural way and get an answer. And our digital twin can then go work with customer service if your customer service question is to be answered, and work with sales if we're routed to a dealer if you want to buy a car. And we'll take on the responsibility of connecting the dots, unifying it. You can come on any channel, so this is headless. And then you have the ability to do a lot of those upfront triaging and work, and including long-term, long complex workflows if you model it in the digital twin. So our digital twin product is designed to save you labor and create a consistent experience for consumers that's accessible from any channel.
I'm sure. And your vision of the future, I think that's something I really look forward to. But I think this has been great. Thank you so much for your time, Ragy. And I hope our audience had a good time watching this interaction.
Thanks. You very much. Thank you.